Hello and welcome to another episode of Alex and an Athlete. Today, I have an MMA fighter going by the name of Justin McClain.
Die hard.
Is it? That's not your nickname?
Nah, die hard.
Die Hard.
Spelled
Okay.
pretty much that same, you know?
Oh, definitely. Anytime you got McClain in the name.
Yeah, you got to throw it in, man. Youngsters may not understand, but the real ones will.
With a vengeance.
Yup. Always.
Oh, awesome. So,
Yeah.
how have you been doing, man? Been a while. How's everything
Yeah.
going?
It's doing good, man. 2020's been a little crazy to say the least, but who can't say the same?
Oh,
You know, it's
exactly.
been a few years out of training, but you know, always dabbling here and there. You know,
Oh,
work
yeah.
life, dad life, living it up, man. Can't complain.
Hey, that's what it's about at the end of the day, you know. You can't be an athlete forever. You know, at a certain point, you got to. It's not going to be there, and you're still going to have to live the rest of your life. So.
Dude, I don't want to let it go, but yeah, man, I'm running towards the end of my athletic prime, to say the least, man. All the little injuries catching up, you don't realize what you did to your body in that, you know, hardcore training and shit. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I'm creaking and cracking, getting up in the mornings, you know. But I'm still here, man.
Oh, I
I'll
feel
still
it
throw
too,
down.
man. I got, and that's the thing is it's something that you'll never forget. But to be the best at it, you have to You have to put so much time, energy, effort, commitment. Put your body through rigorous
You know,
training,
it's
and
a
at a
life,
certain
man.
point, yeah, at a certain point, it's like if it's not paying the bills, you got to find something that does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight up, man. It was fun to live the life for a while, you know. 22 fights over the span of, you know, roughly 8 years or so. It was
Oh yeah.
you know, quite the ride. I reached the pro level, you know, didn't go as well as I would have liked, but I mean, hey, you know, it happens.
It's tough up there.
Yeah, man. I waited. I think at the, you know, hindsight's always 2020, but you know, 3 years out the cage, jumping into the pro ranks after so long out, I probably should have, you know, tested the waters, one more Amis, and then, you know, made sure I still really got it, because you can get hit all day with a 16-ounce glove, you know, by your training partners, even if they are going, you know, going all out. It's not the same as that 4-ounce glove, man.
It's
It's not the
not.
same.
Those 4-ounce gloves only protect your knuckles. That's
Yep.
that's all
I
they
mean,
do.
yeah, I ain't no chump. I could still take a shot, but holy shit, man. Shout out to Vargas. He hit me with a hot one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man. Kane
man.
was actually the ref for that fight too.
Oh man, that was in camo.
No. That was for my pro
Oh
debut.
your yeah, your
Yeah.
debut. So where
Yeah,
was your pro
Kane.
debut at?
That was for URCC 32 up in San Mateo.
Oh nice.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
Bay Area. Yeah, not too far away.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Pure Combat out of Visalia. They do kind of like
Okay.
Tahachi and all that,
Hmm.
but that fell through when they were like, "Oh wait, dude, you're blind. You're quit."
Yeah, right.
Dude, are you
It's like, oh,
stupid?
that old vision test, that motherfucker.
Like we told you to not even wrestle. What makes you think you can do martial arts like
Yeah,
that? Like,
yeah, no, man, you don't want to. It's a nice little dream to chase, but in the long run, you need your health, you know.
yep. And it just goes to show you how hard it is to not only make it to that level, to really succeed at that level.
To keep doing it over and over again, man, it's tough. But dude, there's no feeling like being under those lights. You know, you hit your
Mm,
song, you get your groove going out to the cage, hear your people screaming for you, or some people that you don't even fucking know. but they're either rooting for you to kick some ass or rooting for you to get your ass kicked. But it's
But they're expecting.
yeah. Oh yeah, they want to show no matter what. I mean,
And that was
nobody
always
wants to.
one of my goals was no matter win or lose, it's like I wanted everybody to walk out there and be like, damn, that was a
Yep.
fight.
Yep. You gonna remember my name? Put
Mm-hmm.
some respect on my name up.
They're gonna be like, I want to see that again.
Yeah, man. It's crazy looking back at it, man. To think I stepped in there 22 times,
Yeah.
and you know, it's like, fuck, what was I thinking?
Yeah. See, I didn't get as many full martial arts fights as I would have liked, but I was
Hmm.
able to get a lot of pancreation because I was still
Okay.
underage. So,
Okay.
so it was one of those things where age was restricting me. So I was doing little pancreation uh
Hmm.
pancreation tournaments
Yeah.
and like hippodrome, like little nightclubs and stuff.
Yeah, man. That's what I did with Team Extreme, man. The fairgrounds.
Little smokers, yep.
Yep.
Those
Hey,
those
it's a
were so
legit fight,
fun.
man. Yeah. Three
Hey,
times in one night, man. That shit was crazy.
anytime someone comes at you, that's a fight. I don't care where it's at.
Yep.
It's
Yep. Better be ready for it.
sanctioned fights are just a little different. Everyone's
Yeah.
training for the same goal, and that's what
Hmm.
really makes it amazing
Well,
because you
that's
see all the different arts that are involved.
yep. The cage don't lie, man. You're either you you're either meant to be in there or you're not.
Hmm.
Sometimes you could think that because you get a quick win or you beat some sucker, all of a sudden like, yeah, man, I'm a real fighter. I got that. And then it's that old saying, you think you're a badass until you run into a motherfucking badass, and you know you realize quick
And you
that
realize
cage
there's
don't
a
lie,
lot.
man.
You realize there's a
Yeah.
lot of them out there.
There's
That
dudes who've been out there in this shit since they were 4 years old, like on the mats every single day, day in, day out, every
it's
single
hard.
discipline.
It's hard to
You
think
know,
that like the best fighter in the world eventually hasn't even been born yet.
Potentially, yeah, potentially, man. Every dog has their day. You see Anderson Silva getting smoked by Uriah Hall, and what was supposed to be his retirement fight potentially. Nobody saw
Yeah,
that shit happening.
I did. It was on my
Well, yeah,
pick, uh, but
yeah,
I didn't want it to happen. Was the thing?
yeah.
It's
Your
like,
heart says no, but your mind says, and your wallet says, yeah, he's done.
and then I got
But
it
hey,
wrong on the Arlovsky fight. I was like, Bozer's gonna beat him, and then Arlovsky
mm,
came out there and just worked him. Oh,
I didn't even get to see the full card, man.
yeah.
there's a fight card like every single week. It's kind of hard to keep up.
It really is. It's almost like at this point you got to pick and choose.
Whose career do you want to follow? Because you're not going to be able to get everybody's.
Oh yeah, and
These mega
man,
cards and everything.
and there's so many new fighters coming out every day. This is the
Hmm.
largest the UFC roster's ever been.
Oh yeah, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the slowdown from all the regional shows. Like, how are the prospects going to do? Like, I see stuff online of people still throwing shows, still having practices, and like, who's open? Where's this at?
Exactly.
Like, Take Flight here in Salinas, luckily, is running a program a few nights a week, and they got some guys who are like down for the cause, like let's get a good workout in. But a lot of people are spooked right now.
Yeah, I mean, especially after Halloween and everything, all those numbers just spike right back up. Hospitals filling right back up, and it's like
Yeah.
everything's just gonna it's shut down again. Uh, Newsom, the man everybody loves,
No,
just
yeah. Let's stick to
locking it
MMA. I don't
down.
want to get into that shit.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm not
man,
a fan of that fool, man.
no, me
It's a,
neither. But hopefully it don't last as long as I think it will, and we can start getting back to
yeah,
opening
man. I
gyms
just
and
started a
stuff.
business and everything, so I'm hoping just springtime runs around, pretty much just try to get through the holiday season, hug the babies, kiss the wife type thing, and just see what the new year brings. And I wouldn't be surprised a couple months in, there's like some little mandate or something to where, oh, everybody's safe now, and then they rush the vaccine, and then hey, we're back to quote unquote normal. That'd be ideal,
Yeah,
perfect world. Hopefully, a lot of the gyms can just stay afloat in the meantime, man.
yeah. And to me, my fear is isolating people, making them antisocial, not knowing how to act around other people, and
Yeah.
it's just gonna everyone's gonna start thinking that when you go outside, you can just act like you do when you're on a keyboard, and,
Hmm.
and that's gonna cause a lot of problems for some people. A rude awakening, and
Dude, that's why I miss the gym, man. You can't really, those people kind of get weeded out, the ones that are just wanting to stir some shit, and, you know,
mm-hmm,
it gets those feelings of the loneliness. The gym is whole. You're battling people, you're punching people in the face, but you're never really so close to somebody.
mm-hmm,
Like you really learn people inside and out, and get to see when your partner's about to like break, and you get to learn like, oh, I can push him to the edge, oh, like try and get him to snap to overcome that mental hurdle.
mm-hmm.
It's a
Put
whole.
put them in bad positions and
Hmm.
let them learn. Uh,
Yep.
hey, I mean
I
that's
mean,
nothing like a great training partner. That's one of the hardest things for people to find. I was lucky
yep.
enough to have a twin, so
Yeah,
who was
man.
into the same stuff. So we were always
Hmm.
just pushing each other one step above
Yep.
every time. But
Yeah, man.
let's talk about what made you get into martial arts. What started your journey down to your pro career?
Um, I just started training when I was like 19 years old. So like, barely graduated high school, kind of just floating by, not really wanting to work. Knew college really wasn't for me, but taking some classes, just trying to get by. I'm 6'3", but I'm like pretty skinny. So, you know, I never really got picked on or anything, but I never really challenged myself at the same time. So I was never really in a fight or anything. I had older brothers that would whoop my ass, but nothing really like, to see like what would happen, you know? What
Hmm.
if I'm over 18, so I'm quote unquote a man now, gotta, do what a man's supposed to do, be able to defend himself. So hopped
Yeah.
in a jujitsu class over at Bodyworks. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that.
Mm-hmm. Body
Yeah,
works in Marina. Yeah.
yeah, Monterey, but
Oh,
the soccer
Monterey. Yeah.
mom type stuff, like, let's go get in shape. Professor Daniel runs a great class, a jits class out of there, and started taking that. Thought I was the shit, taking a cardio kickboxing class with some women in the morning. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be a fighter with that. But yeah, I got a number from Professor Daniel. Started got a real MMA coach, Dave Velasquez, out in San Jose. Started commuting for a little bit, and then I got punched in the face for real. Like my first real punch in the face by this dude named Isaiah, like a 205er while I'm walking around 170, and that one shot with the MMA glove was like, yep, probably not for me. So I stopped training for a while and just worked, man. And one day I was just in Tahoe, and the shitty manager that I had, like my district manager, while I had this corporate gig, um, was like, "Do you want to be an ultimate fighter or do you want to be a manager? You got to decide." Because
Mm-hmm.
I was like kind of back and forth, fucked around with a couple different teams, like dipped in and out of it. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to be a manager. That's for sure. So I was like, let's dive in. So I moved back home, fucking started just training in my garage. Found my buddy Teddy and another friend of ours. Just started working. Um, and then met found about that gym in Seaside. Extreme Citizen. Kind of just started poking around with that. Like, hey, let's see if something happens. Met all you guys, started training for a couple months, I'd say. You, Lugo, you know, all the guys, and then
Rio.
Yeah, man. No, solid guys, heavy hitters. Just nobody knew any better. Just guys that are willing to put in that work.
Mm-hmm.
Did that smoker at the fairgrounds fucking fought 3 times in one night.
That was
That's
nuts.
right. It was fucking crazy, dude. Like, no, I was cutting weight for it. Didn't even need to cut weight. I was trying to get to 55 from 70. Ended up fighting 70 anyways, and nobody weighed in whatsoever. I'm like, what the fuck is
No
going
way-ins.
on? Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
what is this? Why would you let me torture myself for that long? But yeah, fought that guy Robbie. Then me and Huggies had our little match, and
hmm
then I can't think of another guy's name, but got 2 TKOs and a submission that night, and it was like that night I met Angela Henry, and he was
yeah.
like, "Hey man, don't fuck around with this stuff anymore. Like you got some skill, like get on the legit scene and prove yourself, make something really
hmm
happen." So
Exactly.
train in my garage for the first real fight, and it was rough. It was rough. Won a split decision. It was hard fought with just heart. Didn't really know
hmm
any technical skill. Barely throwing a hammer fist. Like I'm not a wrestler, but I was taking fuckers down and just like all right, get back up. Just
Try and
just
figure
just
out as
raw,
you
man.
go.
Yeah. My style was not there yet, man. It was just just it was fun. It was
Well, I
fun.
mean, the hardest thing is to figure out what style you are. You just got to figure that out as you go, and it'll always
Yeah.
evolve too.
Oh yeah. I was just young and dumb at the time. Just I thought I was a ground guy, and then I punched somebody in the face for the first time. I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm a strike. I'm a strike. To this day, my biggest downfall, and besides like a lack of discipline, was just not focusing on the ground. Most of my losses were, just slipping up on the ground, getting choked, or slipping to a submission.
Yeah,
So
but there's
yeah,
some
but
aces out there.
oh fuck yeah, man, fuck yeah, that it's no joke. It's a different world down there. You're swimming with some fucking sharks, and you don't want to be caught without your life jacket. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, and
But
I mean, Robert's a great grappler. In his first camo fight, he went against like some jiu-jitsu world champ. Like
mm-hmm.
what?
Yep. I cornered Robert for 3 or 4 fights. He's
Yeah, that
he's
was
undefeated with me in his corner. It's pretty dope.
nice. Uh,
Yeah,
that's
he
awesome.
always he just reminded me of that while we're working the other day. It was pretty cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, I fucked around with a bunch of different teams, man. From up in the Bay Area, um, Kuktar and Salinas, Rogue Empire in East Palo Alto. Rest in peace, Nico Jackson. He just passed away. It's really
No, are
really
you
rough to see.
serious?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Not
Oh,
to, didn't want to be the one to tell you that, man. But yeah, he passed away a little
oh,
bit over a month ago. It was very unfortunate. You know,
oh.
just
Well,
condolences
rest
out to
in
the
peace.
family and everything.
Rest
Yeah,
in
man.
peace, Nico.
Yeah, but we lost our boy Timmy this year too.
Yeah,
It's been a crazy year, man. It's been a
it's
crazy
been
year.
insane. It
Yeah.
has been just. I need this year to be over. Like let's start again next
Man,
year, but just give me a break.
everybody kind of just needed this year as a reminder, man. You got this year to kind of reset or reprioritize and just focus in a way. That what it
Mhm.
doesn't break you makes you stronger, man. And this year definitely tests a lot of relationships, a lot of character, a lot of enlightenment, empowerment, man. Like a lot of shit can come out of some dark, dark times, man. It's,
It
it's just a
usually
matter
does.
of yeah, man. You just got to keep that strong mental game. That is obviously easier said than done, but you know, it's most of this game is 90% mental, 10% physical, man. You could
Hmm
be in the tip top shape, but if you can't breathe, you can't fight. If you
Yeah.
can't breathe, you don't want to be there anymore.
Well, if you don't know what you're doing, you can't compete
Hmm.
to your fullest potential. You know,
Yep.
it, it's
Yep.
just what. it's one of those things that takes time. It takes experience. It takes
Hmm.
like you have to dedicate to it, to sparring to get good at fighting. You can't just
Yep.
train technique all the time. I mean, it'll get you by, but what happens
Hmm.
whenever that punching bag starts punching back? You know,
Yeah, yeah. There's so
a
many
moving
different training
target.
methods out there, man. I think I went way too spar heavy when I was at my peak of competing. Just sparring every single day. That's all I wanted to do.
Mm.
Minimal drilling. Strength and conditioning, dieting. What's that? I'm gonna go ahead and chug this. I'm gonna go ahead and chug this Four Locos. Toss my mouthpiece in. We're gonna do 10 rounds, and then we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
You know, it's like showing up to practice drunk. Like, I'm on a 5-fight win streak. What does it matter? It was a very large lack of discipline that I didn't take advantage of a lot of opportunities that were presented itself, or
It's
just not
too
in the.
easy. It's too easy just
Dude,
to slack off a little bit, and then
when
it
you're
just
winning,
snowballs.
fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. It was like shit, man.
You don't know
Undefeated
what
at
you need
first.
to improve at until you lose. So you gain
Yeah.
more knowledge from a loss than a win. And so
Hmm.
when you're just going through the motions at that point, and you don't know how to elevate.
Yeah, and it's just kind of just buying into your own hype. I was
Hmm.
riding high off the knockout of the night, head kick KO to a dude who was talking shit, like knocked him out in the first round. Dude, in the back where I'm like walk up to him and he's like shaking my hand like, dude, no one's ever put me out like that before. That's crazy. That's crazy. But he's like, hey, who won the second round though? Like, um, I only went one, but I guess you did, man, because I wasn't there. But it's always just a little crazy memories, man. Like, that's one of my favorite highlights
Who
of it.
won the second? Oh,
Who
that's
won the
good.
second round though, bro?
Like,
Yeah,
do you not know I'm somebody else right now?
yeah, right. But
That's
yeah, man, it's
so
been.
good.
Hmm. Yeah. Shit. Sorry, I forgot where I was going. But yeah, so I did ended up doing like 20, 21 amateur fights, man. Got to number 2 ranked in the state. Got 2 titles. Fucking, I was the Uriah Faber of amateur titles, man. Always got a title shot, but could never fucking capture it. Only ended up getting 2, but never really the ones that I wanted. And
Yeah.
ended up leaving amateurs on a high note. Fought a guy that was a pretty close. We were on the circuit for a while. Didn't really want to fight him, but we were like, fuck it, let's grab a beer after. Got the job done. Raised my hand. It's like, all right, you know, let's go on to the pros. But some drama shit happened. I stopped training, stepped away for a little bit. Tried to dabble in like promoting for a little bit through a couple shows. It was decent. It was cool, but things got unreliable. I ended up having my first son. Got my then girlfriend, now wife, pregnant, and it was like, oh shit, time to get some real like reliable money coming in.
Hmm.
I got a little
Consistent
man.
money.
I gotta be there for my little man. Gotta gotta show him that his dad's a good man, and gotta raise him to be a better man.
Yep.
So
Provide.
yeah. So tried to bounce through random jobs, dude. I was like a fucking late 20s in my late 20s, dude, being a fucking host at a restaurant, just grinding at whatever I got, working with a bunch of teeny boppers, talking about, shit being on fleek or whatever was high at the moment, like not knowing what the fuck they were talking about. It's like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. And then
Uh,
I got a construction job, a demolition job that I'm with right now. Got with a solid company boss who trains with Professor Daniel, and was like, "Oh, you fought, dude? Let me show you this. Let me show you this." Like, just super cool. It was really caring. We were getting in a really good place, and my wife was like, what's one thing you want to do next year? What's one goal you want to set that you could do?" And just kind of like fucking around, seeing like, egging her on, like, I want to fight, seeing if she was serious. And she was like, well, what is it going to take? And I heard of this gym, Ant Dogs MMA, out in Gilroy. It was supposed to be legit. The head coach there, Anthony Figueroa, has fought multiple times in flyweight. Like, I heard nothing but good things about the staff and everything. So I was like, oh, I'd have to go there after work, 5 days a week, blah, blah, blah. Like, so that's what it's going to take to make it happen. And, also I need to get new gear. So I didn't have any gear. So yeah, dude, I sold everything. So we ended up going to a fucking garage sale. I found a bag of all brand new Fairtex gear, like brand new, still smelled like leather. And the chick was like, yeah, it's my ex-boyfriend's stuff. He just used it twice, got punched in the face, and was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it anymore. $15 and it's yours. I was like, sold.
50.
So $15, dude. Brand new shin guards, 16s, headgear, MMA gloves, like the works. Everything you need to actually train legit. And just took that as a sign from above, man. Fucking jump. So I contacted the gym, started training, man. And it was like, all right, let's get a pro fight. If I'm gonna do this, I need to get paid. I need to step it up. I've done the amateur thing. Like, I don't want to fuck with it.
Yeah, it's
they
like, how
trained
many
me.
smokers do you want to do?
Right? Yeah. How many people do I want to? There's only so many amateur shows out there. I'm gonna be a fucking 13, 6-1 Emmy trying to fight a guy like 3-0, or it's not gonna be good. But
Yep.
we ended up training for 6 solid months. Found a fight that seemed like it made sense. Did everything felt right. Weight cut down to 155, went cool. A lot of stresses outside the cage, but it was like no shit's gonna be perfect, man.
Oh,
Feeling
never.
fucking ready though, bro. Like, they got me like wrestling on point. Nobody gonna take me down. Striking on a whole another level. It was like, yeah, this is where it needs to be, man. Feeling like the picture perfect camp, pretty much. Can't complain.
Turn the corner.
And then 5 minutes before I'm supposed to go out, it's like, all right, I'm feeling ready. Fucking juice, ready to fucking go. Like, yeah, ready to go. Yeah, fucking ready. Hey, hold up. There's a delay. Fucking 15-20 minute delay, dude. And like, all my adrenaline just went, and I couldn't get it back. And I started getting in my fucking head, man. I was like, I'm not supposed to be here. Oh, fuck, this is wrong. Like, immediately lost the fight before even walking out, man.
The mental.
Yep. Defeated myself before even getting out, man. I knew walking to the cage, like, fuck, this is about to be bad. This is about to be bad. Like, the whole thing in the back, dude, I was like, oh, this guy's a wrestler. He's not gonna take me down. That coach, he's not gonna take me down. The whole fight. That's my goal. He's not gonna take me down. First fucking 10 seconds, bro. First 10 seconds, he just comes in, gets that body lock, and just over the hip, whoop, just slams me down with a hot one, man. And somehow I just roll up, get up, take him back down. And like, we're scrambling on the ground. I'm trying to get control on top. Like, he's not going to go anywhere. Like, I'm getting the knee control or whatever. And I get too high. He fucking flips me over. I get on my back. He comes over. He like starts to get on top. I start throwing elbows. Like, that. I've never actually been hit with an elbow, but it fucking feels good to throw them, man. I'm not going to lie. There was like 4 or 5 from the bottom, just straight. When you're on your back, technically it's that Big Daddy Goodrich. You know what I'm talking about? When you hit those elbows, like, it's from the side. It's technically 12-6, but it's not 12-6.
It's like a
it's that
12:30 to 6:30. Like
that 3 to 9. It's okay. 3 to 9.
Yeah, right.
It's okay. But yeah, caught him with some of those, and he pops up like, oh shit. And he goes to go for ground and pound. I grabbed his fucking arm, man, kicked my legs up, like, oh, I'm gonna get a submission. Like, locked the arm bar, like, pulled it back, like, fully fucking extending, man. And I look, and his fucking elbow's not in the right place. Like, he's turned out. There's no pressure on his elbow at all, man. Like, oh fuck. He starts to stack, and like, I'm starting to feel pressure. My legs are starting to give out. So I go to kick over to transition to a fucking to a triangle, and I give him way too much space.
Mm.
Way too much space. Instead, just goes whoop, comes out and just rains down the fire, bro. Like 4 or
Oh.
5 hot ones. The first one just stuns, like, oh shit, that was a good one. And before the third one hit, man, I just saw Kane, and he's just yep, yep, just laying there, bro. And it's like
Mm.
there's only so many pictures I got from the fight, but the ones I look at most of me just laid the fuck out, dude. That's like a dream that I wanted so bad. Sacrificed so much time away from my son, my wife, like put so much stress on my family to try and obtain this, and it went fucking sideways. It went fucking sideways, man. Like it messed with me, like for maybe 2 or 3 months, man. 2 or 3 months after I wasn't the same. It was just like,
Mm.
why bother? I didn't know what I was dedicating my life to this. This was about to be a turning point in the career. Like, I'm gonna be a professional fighter. Like, I'm gonna be somebody. I'm gonna do something. And nope. God was like, nah, man, this isn't the route. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I kind of just took a back seat, kind of just self-assessed a little bit, and just focused on the family. Got my son, doing good. Me and my wife are doing great. Now we just had another baby, so I got 2 boys now. So things are getting.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. It's a fucking ride. It's a road. I love it. You know, I still miss the fucking cage, man. I still think about it all the time. Still like, I need to get that back.
The
And
hardest part for me was stepping away and long
mm-hmm.
enough to where I lost the itch to compete. It and it took a long time. I mean, I still have
You
that
never
itch.
get
If
it?
if my
I was about to
number
say you
got
you
called,
never get that? Yeah, yeah. The
it,
right opportunity, man. You can't tell me the right opportunity, the right opponent, the right weight, the right amount of time for you to train. Like,
let me do one of
really?
these YouTube MMA fights, like Logan
Right?
Paul and
Yeah. Well, no, man. There's a couple guys that I know that are still floating around that I came up in the amateur circuit with. There's a dude, Anthony Topaz. He's 0-1 pro, same as I am. He was about to fight before the pandemic hit. I was like, shit,
hmm
man, me and you can make some money together. What's up? Never,
Yep.
wasn't really trying to like officially call him out, but like, completely out of respect, you're later in age, I'm later in age. Like, I'm fucking 34, man, or almost 34. So I realistically got like a year or two to make something happen. So, it'd be nice to fight at my natural 170, not fucking cut weight, be healthy, but it's just the time has to be right.
So you were at
You
155s and 170s?
Yeah, I bounced in between 55 and 70, fighting fucking every other week if I could. Like, where you need me. Fighting dudes are weighing in at 174, 175. I touched the scale at 162 before. Like, close enough. You want to put my clothes back on? I'll weigh in with my jeans, put my keys in my wallet in my pocket. All right, no 10-pound difference. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just need that experience, man.
Yep. I
Those
mean,
lights
most
are
of my
fucking addicting.
pancration fights were at 160, and I would
Hmm.
walk in and weigh in at 120, soaking wet.
Yeah, I was like, shit, man, you really
I
want to
shouldn't.
spar? There's a height and a weight difference. You sure? Fuck
Oh
it.
yeah,
Like, that's Alex, man. That's
my whole
Alex.
my whole life. That's all I've ever done.
Yep.
Been there sparring with Junior and
Hmm.
Angelo and all these other guys.
Yep.
It's just so
Yep.
fun. I'm
Hmm.
one of those guys. It's just weird where whenever I start getting into a fight, I just start giggling, man. I just get so giddy. It's just so fun. I'm like, I should
Yep.
not be laughing because this guy's punching me in the face right now, but
Well, yeah,
I just
it's like a
can't help
controlled
it.
Yeah, it's different in the controlled circumstances. If a guy walks up on you, swinging on the fucking streets, you're not going to be like, oh yeah, let's fucking do this.
Oh
Maybe not at
yeah,
first, but
Yeah, but
You know, controlled environment is
just game
different.
day, just
Hmm.
fight night. That's really when I really just put it all aside and just channeled it, just use
Hmm.
the adrenaline to my advantage. And it worked
Yeah,
out
I
a
mean,
lot because most people couldn't handle my wrestling, and then they throw in my
hmm
kicks. Like, oh, nobody can handle my kicks. That was my bread and butter. Every time I hit them, they just panic. I'm like,
dude, kicks
yeah.
were my shit until I broke my fucking foot on an elbow. And it was like, yeah, I'm not kicking anybody anymore. That ruined
Mhm.
it for me, man. I had two
That
fucking
hurt.
head kick knockouts, and then breaking my foot. It's like, yeah, there goes main weapon.
Well, it's not even that, but it's the recovery, and that's probably why
Hmm.
our careers didn't go exactly the way we wanted because of our injuries. Is we never gave ourselves time to recover. We were
Or
too
no
impatient.
insurance to recover.
Exactly. We can't afford no hyperbolic chambers or nothing.
Hmm.
We had ice baths. That's
Yep. Having
icy hot.
doctors fucking guess. Like, it's probably this, but yeah, you really should get an MRI. I'll just rub some dirt on it. It'll be all right.
Mhm. Exactly. It's just a whole
Elbow
different
just
mindset.
clicks.
But
Yeah,
and
man.
that's the thing too is we didn't have the best, I guess, promoters and managers and everybody to really install that to us at an early
It's
enough
amateurs
age.
though, bro.
Yeah.
Amateurs, like, do you really need a manager? Because that's somebody just trying to jerk
Mhm.
whatever little money you're getting, like, away from you, dude. You just need to be
Yep.
able to get with a promoter that at least promotes consistently, and just get your experience, get the fuck out, man.
Oh
This
yeah.
is I kind of liked that Dana White statement before. He said that fighting's not really a career. You know, it's fuck what he say. It's not a
Mm,
career. It's something like it's an opportunity. You know,
yeah, an
you're supposed to
opportunity.
make your money, get in, make your money, get the fuck out. You don't
Mhm.
want to beat yourself up for an extended amount of period of time. You know, you see the guys who have the slurring words and just not there. You see the legends like Vanderlei. The stories coming out like,
Fabri
oh, what's that?
Fabricium,
Yeah,
Fabricium
yeah,
Verdum, who just fought Glover Texera, like Andre
yeah.
Arlovski still fighting.
Hmm. You know, you
Insane.
hear you got to worry about the after effects, but I mean, and they're some of the greatest in the world, man. You can't really, ain't
And you
nobody
walk
got time for
away.
that.
I mean, what else are they gonna do? They just gonna go farm? Like, no,
Shit,
these guys are just
man,
warriors.
we barely got that far in the game, and we don't want to walk away.
Exactly.
Those lights are fucking addicting, man.
The whole
One
thing.
hundred
It's a
percent. Yep.
no greater adrenaline rush.
Oh no,
And I think
if
ours
you could
just
bottle that
adrenaline
drug,
too.
I'd be selling my fucking everything I had for it, man.
Whew. Between the toes time. I mean, like if
Hmm.
if I had
Right?
to, I'd mm, yeah, just give it to me in a bottle form and we're good.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. I mean, MMA is just amazing, man. It's just sport exploded on the scene out of nowhere, and just, man,
well, the
it's turned people into, like, from just scared little puppies into ferocious little dogs, man.
oh,
But still gentle creatures.
it molds people, uh, and it not only teaches you the respect for other people, the discipline, the
Hmm.
self control, the
Yep.
channel your angers, channel your blues, channel anything, and just know that
Hmm.
hey, for this amount of time, nothing else matters, and I'm just
Yep.
in the zone doing what I love to
Yep.
do, and
Yep.
pushing ourselves is just something that people like to do. Since
Hmm.
the dawn of time. That's what bred
Yeah.
evolution. That's what's bred inventions. That's what's bred everything. So you got to make
I don't know about
sure. Don't know
I
about
don't know.
what.
I was gonna say, I don't know about you, man, but I'm not good at. I wasn't never any good at any other sport. I'm not good with balls, so it was either combat sports or nothing.
Yeah, I was the guy that just had to get good at every single thing I did, and still do. I have that
Hmm.
addictive personality where I just want to get better. I just want to
Hmm.
do more, learn more, expand. I don't like being bad at anything. I don't care if
Yeah.
it's a math test. I don't care if it's, uh, you know, strongman competition. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm gonna compete my ass off, and I'm gonna do my best to make sure that I can. So, like I like all the sports. I played football, basketball, soccer, golf, all this stuff. I played it all.
I played baseball and football as a kid, but I was like that what fifth quarter or fucking right field, like barely there, kind of there, because my parents signed me up for it. Didn't want to waste their money, type shit. And a bunch of my friends were on the team, but I was never really like never for it, man.
Yeah, I think you could tell pretty early if you
Yeah,
enjoy this or not.
yeah. So I can't wait to get on the mats again with my son, man. I got a 5-year-old, and he's finally putting on the gloves I got for him a long time ago. Got him a pair of gloves and all that, and he's finally like, hey dad, come here, pop, 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 pop. Trying to hit me and stuff. So
Starting to get
we're
the
trying
itch.
starting to get the itch a little bit. We want to start him off with like a taekwondo or a jits class once things get a little clearer on what we can actually do.
Make sure that whenever everything does open back up, you go to Monterey High, you get in touch with Roberto Dixon.
Oh, dude,
Coach Roberto.
my nephew is actually was with them, and
Send him
was
there. He's the
with that program for
directional
like 2 or 3 months. Yeah, no, he runs a solid program, bro. Every time I personally went, it was fucking closed. So I was like, oh man, I'm bad luck. But my nephew went there for a while. They got some good lessons in. It was cool.
Yeah, he's also the director of USA Wrestling for
Oh, okay. I didn't know that part.
our side of the United States. So he's a really good person to know whenever starting out. So I would recommend getting in touch with him. I need to get in touch with him when I go down too. But yeah, so other than that, it was just MMA out of high school then. So it was just full martial arts.
Yeah, out of high school, man, I was working, then just straight jits. Then I said a cardio kickboxing class, and Professor Daniel was like, "It's crazy, but you want to fight? Hey, I know this guy. Here's his number. He's up in San Jose. Here you go." And it was like, yeah, drove up there for a few months, and then I said, just one bad punch caught me on the wrong day. It was like, I got scared, got gun shy. And then once it was like, you know what? Fuck it. I can't let it be. I can't let it be like that. I can't let it be like that.
Is that how you want to end? Like, is that how you want your book to end? No.
Is that where you want to be when baby Jesus comes back down? Make fun of little poor Joe Dirt? Yeah, it was like straight one of those moments, man. I was like, no, I can't let it be like that. And that's kind of what this last fight is sticking with me too. Like, it shouldn't be like that. But I don't know if that's just the competitor in me that wants to create the excuse that was like, oh, it was just the weight cut, bro. Maybe it wasn't that good of that you thought. You were feeling a little weak on most of those days, I have I do demo, dude. I do asbestos abatement. So I'm in a Tyvek suit and respirator destroying houses on the daily, and then going to practice after that for another 4 hours, and then trying to get to sleep, trying to be super dad, super husband. Like, it was, I could create a million. Dude, it is, man. There's sacrifices that have to be made, but at the end of the day, I had a crazy ride with MMA. I fucking loved it. I at least reached the pro level. It did not go the way I wanted it, but with the right opportunity, I could make it right. With the right opportunity, I wouldn't mind.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I think that's always what we say is with the right opportunity. It's like, I'll do it.
Because it's gonna take a lot, man. It's gonna take like $1 million in the bank, and
throw a stack of money in my face and tell me go fight that guy in the cage real quick. I'm gonna be like, yeah, okay, I'll do it.
Well, when things open up and the shows start rolling, man, there's gonna be a bunch of guys that are like, fuck, dude,
eager.
One more. Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, the right opportunity presents itself, but
I think that's also a good thing too. It's going to weed out a lot of the people who aren't really going to help push people and you know, like kind of just weed out the
Yeah.
weak, I guess you would say. But
Yeah. Yeah.
just the passionate people you'll see in there, and those are the people that you're gonna
Hmm.
want to know over.
Yeah, that's why I'm not I'm every so often just popping back in the gym just to say hi and, like, what's up, guys? And mind if I get some work in real quick? People are asking, are you back? Like, nope, not yet, not yet. Like, once the opportunity comes and I'm back, yeah, you'll see me every fucking day. Like, it's good.
Oh
But
yeah.
until then, it's kind of like the whole Mike Tyson thing. You don't want to wake up the ego because then it's going to be a whole thing.
Oh yeah. But definitely. So you tried promoting as well. How was that experience?
Promoting was cool, dude. It's a lot of money, a lot of fucking money, and amateurs are hard to deal with when you have nothing holding you to a fight. You could be like, wake up in the morning, like, meh, I don't want to do it, and not
Yeah.
show up, and there's nothing. You know, all my
Why
ticket
most
sales from you are gone, and all
why
that.
most of
So,
my fights were at different weights was because
hmm
either they had no one my way, or last second people would call out. My last fight
yep,
in Utah, I went and I fought a guy from it was supposed to be California versus Utah,
hmm
and so I was expecting to fight somebody from Utah. Well, come to find out, last second guy backed out, and then all of a sudden you get a guy from Riverside. So I ended up fighting a guy from Riverside. I was able to win that with the arm triangle though, so that was
nice.
nice. Um, but yeah, so that's just one of the hardest things is to motivate people to show up. Uh,
Yep,
and
yep.
best way to do that's with money, but whenever you're not allowed to pay them, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I operated in that gray area with the commission, and then did the whole finish bonus type shit
Hmm.
just to try and entice them. Tried to hook them up with food in the back, fucking mat space, everything. Tried to really, as a fighter, what did I not like a promoter did? What a promoter did this? What do I think a promoter could have done better? I tried to do
Hmm.
that through a couple of shows, and some shit went south with some business deals, and it was just like, what, fuck it, man. I'm a new dad. This shit's just not worth it. Like, I need that guaranteed money. So once again, just had to walk away from it to get the life outside the cage straight, so I could focus inside.
I mean, there's
But
nothing that says you can't dabble back into it in the future as well, you know.
no, not at
But
all, man. If anything, I'm more financially stable with my career now, and it's just
be
finding
able to take
finding
more of
the
a risk, you
yeah, yeah,
know, later
exactly. And it's
on.
just making sure that there's still a demand for it around here. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really know of very many people that are actually, well, excluding this year, there aren't very many people from this area still fighting, still
Hmm.
actively competing. There's still the schools that are around, and there's you know a bunch of JIT schools. A couple, and some classes are full for kickboxing and stuff. But as far as like, oh, MMA fights, who's going down to 559? Who's going up to pure combat or what have you?
Yep.
I
King
don't
of the
know.
Cage and
Yeah, yeah. I'm
different
still
things.
looking at the camo website. I still see 559 fights doing it big. Well,
Hmm.
obviously this year excluding, but there's still a few solid promotions, but just nobody from this area, man. But Alex
No.
Lopez went pro, and he did fucking great. Leroy
Mm-hmm.
went pro, and he got his win at the end of it. Lugo did a solid career, got that fucking belt. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's some good guys that came out of this area. Forgive me if I'm missing the names. Like I said, I'm been out of the game for a minute, man.
Yeah. And especially whenever we were in that area training, we were pretty much the guys. Like nobody else really was from
Yeah,
that
not to
area.
toot not to toot the old horn, but yeah, anybody mentioned fighting at that time? Yeah, there was a few select names that were being dropped, man. It
But
was
like
just
there was no other 125 pounder.
I shit. You're the only one that comes to mind, dude. I don't even know who the fuck you trained with.
That's
What
why
was your weight?
I always went to out of state for my fights, like
Yeah,
because
right.
no one around here was skinny. I guess I don't know.
And then you see Mighty Mouse start gaining popularity, and all of a sudden, all these light guys want to come out like, oh, I can fight too.
they would have been guppies, man. That would have been fun to all you can eat buffet right
Yeah.
there. Just throw them on their
Oh
back
man.
a little bit and watch them squirm.
Oh yeah. You see those? Yeah, but then you gotta at that point you gotta pay attention to what promotion you're working for, because you don't really want to be the guy who's on the card with a bunch of cans and just people getting fed like that, man. It's a
Yep,
nasty feeling.
it
It's a
is.
nasty feeling. I get it from the promoter side, like you have to have the guys who are gonna sell tickets, and it's better. It's easier to get the fighters to come back when they know that they're more likely to win on your card, so to speak.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
and I mean that's
right,
that's just sleazy right there.
yeah, and at the end of the day, man, it's someone's fucking body getting put on the line for your pocket. Like
Hmm.
it's not too
Expendable.
hard to, right? So,
That's
and if you
that's
don't sell
really what
tickets,
fighters
man,
are.
fuck. Oh yeah, man. It's how what have you done for me lately? How good?
Mhm.
What good are you to me? Nothing. If you
But
can't
let's
sell
get
tickets,
let's
man,
get real.
it don't matter.
Yeah, let's get real here though. We didn't do it for the money. we
Oh hell
we
no,
never
hell
cared
no,
a lot about the money. It would have been nice, but we
nah,
did it
man.
just because that's who we are as people, and
Yep.
that's why it's just a whole different breed,
Yeah, I thought it
like
was cool. It was a great way to get chicks and all that good stuff, man. It was the lifestyle is fucking enticing, man. It's
Jaeger bombs after every fight to start the night. Like, oh,
Oh yeah, man. You get that fucking finish in front of the crowd and everybody's screaming. Everybody wants to buy you drinks after, and
little
some
kids
some
coming
of
up telling you they're your hero, and it's
can I
like,
get your autograph? Can I get your autograph? Like, I mean, I guess I'm
act like
not
you've been
famous,
there,
dude,
act
but
like you've been
yeah,
there.
right. Give me here's a little scribble, dude. I'm sorry, but no,
Right.
it was great. I got to teach some kids while training and tried to be a good influence as best as I can, and you know, hopefully made some positive impacts on some people. And
Uh, you know,
the game has been awesome.
it's one of those things where fighting, it's an individual sport, but there is such a camaraderie that comes from it.
Hmm.
It 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 just runs a little deeper than most because, like you said, it's a violent, dangerous sport. I mean, I know
Hmm.
football can be scary with a lot of these hits, but I mean, I'd rather see someone get tackled and knocked out than watch my friend get head kicked and knocked out. Like to me, that one's harder to swallow.
It's shit.
Yeah,
Seeing the boys out at all, man. It's a hard thing to see. You never want to
and
see the loved one down, but that's part of the game. There's got to be a winner and a loser. There's a hammer and a nail, man.
I think the best thing that I could rest mine on, because I want to say a total of 12. So it's I never got knocked down and I never got knocked out or submitted. Well, I got submitted, yeah. So just never
Hmm.
got knocked down, which was awesome.
Oh yeah, shit. I remember. I only got knocked out twice. Once pro, and then once in the amateurs, and I remember them both vividly.
Yeah, I
But hey,
bet.
it's not other than that, man. It was like a simple like choke, getting slip up in a choke, man, or I was on the wrong side of maybe like one or two decisions.
Yeah,
That's about it,
my
man. It
my
was either
first fight, I
finish
lost
or
a split decision fight of the
mm,
night, but I
yeah.
mean, most people don't think. Most people, if you ask them, say I didn't lose that fight. So
Hmm.
if anything, it should have been a draw or me by split. So,
Yeah.
but hey, I'm not a judge.
Shit,
I just had fun.
shit. My first title fight was a draw. That shit broke my heart. To see the belt
Hmm.
go back in the bag, like,
Like the sun starts rising and then it just sets again real quick.
yup, yup, dude. And there's this great picture, man, where the guy, the ref is holding up our hands like in the middle, both hands are up, and me on the side, I'm like dropping to my knees, just in despair, like no, and the guy is just cheesing, like yes, I didn't lose, like yes, just so excited. Oh fuck,
Oh, I mean,
that
I
draw
would
was
never be excited for a draw. Like
nah,
I'd
man, not
settle
especially
for a
not for a
draw,
belt, man.
but I wouldn't
We were
be
just
happy.
begging the promoter, like, one more round, please, please. I got my second win. I can finish him. Come on, just let me get this round.
I can't do it, son. Can't do it.
Yep. It's against the rules, bro. Against the rules.
It would be nice if we were just able to make the rules up as we went along, huh? But we fight 5 times a night.
Yeah, right? Shit, I'd be on there twice a weekend, man.
Oh man, I mean UFC got fights every weekend. Jeez, man,
Yeah, it's hard to keep up, dude. And then you
it's
got fucking
overwhelming.
Bellator. Yep, and if you really like are well versed in it, you got the fucking Bellator, you got one, and bare knuckles coming up, which is fucking crazy. There's all the EBI stuff, like there's everything, man.
I
To be
really
on
like one. One is awesome because they give you the option to do either a straight Muay Thai,
Mhm.
kickboxing, or full MMA fight. I'm like,
Yeah,
like so you got a bunch of Thai fighters coming out and fighting, and it's a lot of the international talent,
mhm.
which is awesome to see.
Yeah. That's where you're gonna get like to see actual raw talent because they're not very well known guys, but obviously they're got to that pro level, and one is really trying to bust onto the scene. So everybody's out there trying to prove themselves. And then you got the PFL $1 million challenge trying to plot along as well. Verdum just went to PFL. It's interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
just
see that.
signed earlier this week. Yeah, I think $1 million grand prize. There's no real names in that heavyweight division. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, that
I'd go get that
sounds
check
like a
too.
good payday.
Go get your
Um,
money, man.
Michael Chandler just went to the UFC, so it'll be interesting to see who he starts fighting.
That's a crazy fucking web at 55, man. Because you give him Tony Ferguson, right? I think that probably could be the best bet. The Poirier McGregor,
Hmm
Gaethje just lost, but he's
But
healthy.
Khabib's gone.
Yeah,
Khabib retired, so
until he's out of USADA pool, he is not gone. He's I'm retired, which is respectable, dude. Like you cannot fault him at all. Like walk away, you did everything perfect, man. But until you're out of USADA pool, you're still leaving the door open. Like Anthony Johnson left, and he's waiting 6 months, and then he's not able to come back until February. He was actually
yeah.
gone. He was like, "No, fuck this, I'm out." So until he drops that, man, he's still there.
hmm
So, but who gives a shot next? Because Poirier lost. Let's say he beats McGregor. Then do you just give him the rematch? Because he got finished.
Because Connor got spanked. Connor
Conor
got
got
Khabib.
spanked at work. Yeah. Oh yeah. There was it
There's no
was
stopping
bad.
it. You have to have
But
an elite wrestler, and it's still not even good enough against against Khabib.
who has done the best against Khabib so far?
It'd have to be probably Gaethje. Destroyed his leg,
I
won the first round against
Al
Khabib, and then
Iaquinta. Al
mm,
Iaquinta went all five. Was not able to finish Al. Had him on his heels running a little bit, and
I'm
like was able to stop a couple of takedowns, dude.
gonna have to
It's
go watch
crazy.
that one. I
Yeah,
don't think
dude.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, it was like a last like it wasn't expected to happen. I think that's when Tony fell out. They were trying to give it to Holloway, but Holloway was having weight issues. They made him stop cutting. He was like within a couple pounds, and then Ally Quinta was on the card with Paul Felder. Felder was on a hotter streak, but then he wasn't ranked for some reason, and fucking Ally Quinta ends up getting the title shot.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone's like, oh, he's just gonna get finished, blah blah blah. Catches Khabib with some hot ones, is able to keep Khabib off him a little bit. It's just like fucking crazy whirlwind situation. It was almost like that Matt Serra GSP fight, the first
Mm,
one.
yeah,
Like
where
it
he just
was it
caught
was
him on
fucking
the
close.
temple.
Yeah,
Eh,
yeah. Like if he would have finished him, it would have been like the perfect moment. No Cinderella story. But
imagine living that life of Matt Serra after that. Uh, just won the comeback for the Ultimate Fighter, and
if the
then freaking knocks out GFP with that title shot that he
he had that
earned
Cherry Hill
instantly.
moment, bro. That Cherry Hill Little Giants. You beat Kevin down Cherry Hill that one
Anything is
time.
possible.
Yep, that one time, man, shit happens.
That's
It was
amazing.
sad to see that he got his ass whooped like in the rematch, but I mean, you're having a more focused GSP than ever before. So
Yeah,
that's the fight for Khabib, dude. That's the fight for Khabib. If he comes back, make that shit.
GSP and Khabib would be epic.
Yup. Fucking catch weighted at 65, or 68 if you really need to. So just because
Khabib
Khabib
will
hasn't
probably
come up to
settle.
70.
Khabib will probably settle for going up rather than staying at 155 too,
Yeah, yeah,
because he'll be
it's a legacy
taking
thing.
time off in a way, but GSP, I'm sure he would come down, maybe not as much
I like
anymore.
That's why that 165 class is so important, man. That like right perfect middle. You don't have to starve yourself to 55, but you're not like big enough for the welterweight.
Yeah,
It really should
exactly.
be that every 10-pound thing. Give everybody a chance. Everybody can, kind of flow through, multiple weight classes that you're just going to add to the amount of fights that you can possibly make. It's
I
just going
think
to
we
make
could
more
all
money.
agree that 10 pounds, you could notice a difference.
Oh
20 pounds
fuck yeah.
in a fight is a huge difference.
Yep.
That,
Oh yeah.
especially whenever both trainers or both fighters are trained at a high level.
Yep.
That that's a huge advantage. So it's like, yeah,
Hmm.
especially at heavyweight, because you got 215s and then you got up to 265,
Yeah, you could have a
285,
220 something going up against a guy who's maxed out at
could
265
have
just
a
to scale.
230.
Yep. Yeah, I like the cruiserweight, the 220 something or whatever,
Yeah,
or the
125,
215 or something.
135, 145, 155. And then it
Yep.
goes
Add it
170, 185.
85, yeah, then 205. If you just bump 70 to 75, kick it, slide in 65, even go 95 in between the middleweight and light heavy just to get that little, I don't know what the fuck you would call it, but get a little extra class in there, and then help out the big boys. Get a cruiser,
Yeah.
get a super heavy. At that
hmm
point, 265, fuck it, man. Be however big you want to be. Two, super heavy. Go
And
at
that's
it.
why
You
there's
know?
so many belts in boxing, because they understand
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
But they also could afford to have more people at the time. So it's amazing how many belts and divisions that they've added to the UFC since we started, because it was just the five. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. It was good to see the lighter classes come in, with the WEC and everything. Like
it
that
reminds
added.
me of Kenny Florian on The Ultimate Fighter. I mean, he should have been fighting down at 145 his entire career, but he had to go to 170s just to get a
Hmm.
shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Hard to believe, man. Hard to believe. That dude is.
And he's
It
in
was
there with
cool.
guys like Chris Lieben with that dangerous power. Like,
Dude, I fought in San Diego and Chris Lieben was in the corner of my opponent. I was more like locked on Lieben's face than worried about the opponent. He was like that death stare is fucking legit.
not only that, it's like, uh, did you stare at him as hard as he stared into that barn, or what? crashed
Bro, I
his
was
barn in Crashed his car into a barn in Hawaii.
oh shit. I
Yeah, got a
don't know
DUI. I
about
was
that.
like, come
Oh, that
on, leave
sucks,
it.
man. That
Uh,
sucks.
this was a long time
Hard
ago.
times. Yeah, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
but this was back when he was out there training with like Kendall Grove and them.
Oh, okay.
But dude, would you ever do the bare knuckle
Nah.
fight league?
Not a not a fucking chance.
I
Not
still
a
got to
fucking
go to
chance.
work. Like I
Yeah,
can't just go cut up every day.
yeah, nah, it's just nah. I got big ass hands, man, small wrists, like nah, it ain't for me. It
No,
ain't for me.
no,
I mean,
that's just too
it's
much.
cool. Like some of the fights have been fucking crazy, but like I'm not squeamish or anything, but the cuts just it's not worth it, man. It's not
Exactly.
fucking worth it. Then like if you try and do any other combat, like you're just gonna the scar tissue's just gonna nick and you're gonna fucking open and you're gonna fucking leak like like a faucet. And what's the point?
Like Nate Diaz. Every
Yeah,
time he gets cut open, it looks like he's losing the fight.
and he was coming back against Masvidal. You could very well argue like the last 2 rounds would have made a huge fucking difference.
Oh
But
yeah.
you know, it is what it is.
But yeah, it's a matter of perception, and whenever you're leaking blood, most people aren't going to be like, "Hey, you're doing a great job." Like
You're definitely winning. I mean, you
like
can't really
cover
see
your
right
face.
now. Yeah.
It's like, for God's sake, look at your face.
Yep.
Like, you're not winning this fight. It's like, dude, he
You
only
gotta
landed
cut me,
2
Mick.
punches, and I
Yeah.
landed 37. What are you talking about? I'm losing this fight. It's like, yeah, well, you look beat up.
Shit.
And I think a lot of these judges just be napping during the rounds too.
The judging is horrible, man. It should.
It's
If
hard.
you haven't trained before, you shouldn't be holding someone's money like that. If you're fucking with
Yeah.
someone's paycheck, with someone's livelihood, half someone's money,
Mhm. I
and you see
think
the
you should have
stories
to
of
be
people on their
expired.
phones. Hmm. Yep. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't that be the perfect person to go to? You were in there.
It's like you can tell when someone is calm on their back
Yep.
and when someone is panicking on their back. Judges just
Yep.
look at someone on their back. It's like, you really think Damian Maya
He's
worries
just
about
laying
being on
there.
his back? Like, he's
Yeah.
being patient. And it's like, you can't always just explode up and go back to the feet. You know, it's
Mhm.
sometimes you want to keep the fight there because, you know, you work best off your back. I would like to see more leniency on takedowns, you know, because I feel that they're just overscored. They need to come down
Yeah,
a
you
little
steal
bit.
around. Yeah, you could steal around with just getting somebody on his back for a couple seconds without really doing shit. It's unfortunate.
Yeah,
It's the difference
and
between getting ragdolled the whole fucking fight and, last minute I was tired and he got me down finally.
yeah, and then that sways the whole opinion. It's like, well, either you don't understand striking, or you know, you're just giving wrestling too much credit. I mean, as a wrestler myself, I'm like, no. At the same time, I think that they need to look more at the control. And they call things takedowns that aren't even takedowns. You know, a guy goes down for half a second, right back up. It's like, that's not a takedown. It's scrambling.
Nah, you got to establish control, man, and really like get that count.
Like, you got to be in a dominant position or a neutral position, and not just
Yep.
you know, you're down to the ground, now somebody gets a takedown. It's like, no, let's see who comes out on top. But it never does. It never does. And
Nobody wants to wrestle, man. That's like the hardest part of training.
yeah,
Fucking
I was gonna
wrestling
ask
practice,
you,
man.
was what do you think was the hardest part to learn?
The hardest part of training was the fucking training in the gi. The hardest part of hardest discipline to learn. It's gotta be wrestling, man, because there's so many little tricks and so many counters, and it's a hard fucking grind. The only way to really learn the shit is to practice full blast, from a lot of the takedowns. You can't really like, oh, I'm gonna gently slide in here, you know. So it's got to
Yeah,
be wrestling is the hardest aspect, man.
one thing that can sum up wrestling is control. It's if I use another one, it'd be learning how to use leverage. So
Yeah.
once you understand where your power comes from, how to generate it, how to manipulate people's bodies, get that footwork, and then everything else makes a lot more sense. It's easier to learn it that way than it is to learn the other one and then all of a sudden try to learn how the body operates, you know? So I would recommend always starting with a good ground game. At least know how to take someone
Oh,
down
100%. Yep.
good, so that way, in case you're ever in a situation, you can take them down, get out of it, you know. But at the same time, to me, the hardest part, conditioning my shins at first. Ooh.
What method did you take? Did you do like the wooden stick and smacking them? Did you do the pin rolling?
Kick the inside of tractor tires.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, just kill the nerves, and I
Yeah,
don't have
it's
them.
not
I don't
fun.
have them in my shins and my elbows no more.
Mm.
But
Yeah, I used to
that's,
have my wife when we were dating. She used to get the roller pin, just threat, threat, threat. Yeah.
I can still just feel that grindiness on it. You
Yep,
know, like just
that bubbling feeling.
yeah, that
Yep.
bone crushing feeling. I guess is
Hmm.
the best way to put it.
Yep.
Oh,
It hurts so good.
yeah. So other than wrestling, what would you say was your biggest your style, I guess. What would you say your style became?
My style, I honestly just became a striker. Just, I wanted to throw that left, straight down the pipe. I, I, I
Right, you
always
were
threw
the
my
only
jab out
other
there and just,
southpaw.
yep, yep, nobody could really fuck with it, man. And just pop that jab out there real quick. I got long arms, so it was like, just once I established that distance, it was hard for people to really get close enough to take me down. It was just, people capitalizing off mistakes.
And it's usually orthodox fighters who usually tend to make the mistake of stepping back the opposite direction whenever you
Yep.
switch stances. And so
Yeah.
boom, that straight just lands flush. And
Yeah. Not everybody has a southpaw to train with, or somebody that's really comfortable, really, used to flowing like that. So plus I kind of did like the sneaky shit on my camera profile. I just left everything like orthodox, or like didn't train anything like that. So, or I'd stand orthodox until it was time to really go, and then it's like switch stance real quick, like, you know, little shit like that. But,
I mean,
keep
sometimes,
them
you know,
guessing.
just
Keep them
get
guessing.
every little advantage you can get. And like you said,
Oh yeah, man.
it's a mental chess game
Yeah.
just as much as a physical one.
Oh, dude, I didn't really know what I was doing, man. It was like, oh, you hear somebody say, do this or try this, or, you know, you gotta hide this so nobody sees it. I was trying to get videos taken down from fucking YouTube so nobody will watch my fight videos. Like, oh, they're gonna figure out my style. They're gonna figure out how to beat me. Like,
Mm.
just really, really dumb to a lot of shit, man. But it's part of the experience.
How
Part
do
of the
you learn if
experience.
you don't, you know?
Yeah, you gotta try, man. Everybody's gonna make their own way. It's
How many pro fighters could you just really go up and talk to at the time and be like, "Hey, take me under your wing, sensei."
right.
It's like, no,
Nah, most people are. Dude, we're
we
gonna
dealt
fight at some point. No.
we dealt with
Yeah.
what we had. That was
Uh-huh.
plain and simple, and it wasn't high level in a lot of the
Nah.
areas.
But it's what worked, bro. It's what worked,
And
and
we
I'm
we
definitely
made it
happy for that
gritty.
journey. Yep.
Yeah, and that's the thing is once you got that grit, that never quit, just mentality of it, yeah, it's hard to not use it. So
Yep.
as soon as you start implementing everything and it starts working, like I said, it just becomes that drug, that
Yep. That.
MMA X.
Yep, that grind. You can use it for all kinds of things in life, man. Even like working demo and shit. I'm used to sweating. We're hot all the time. Guys are complaining like, oh god, I need water. I'm just so tired. Like, have you ever cut
Psycho.
15 pounds in 24 hours? Like, try cutting weight, bro. Like, this ain't shit. Try try doing cage drills with your coach screaming in your face, "You're losing! You're losing!" Like, try that shit. Like,
You
that's
think we
hard,
don't know that?
right? Yeah.
Like
Oh
my
man.
face feels like it's losing. Yeah, thanks.
Yep.
But at
Fuck
the
man.
same time, the like you said, it just helps everything else. It's cutting weight. If I ever fought again, I'm not cutting weight.
Nope. One
I'm
one hundred
done.
percent with you. 100%. You get
What,
what I'm walking
24
around
years.
at with a 5 pound difference at most. I'm
At
step on the scale.
24
I
years.
weigh this much. Cool. We fighting at that. That's it. I'm almost
At
34, bro.
24, I'm like, no
Hmm.
more, no more.
Shit. Oh, you still got
um,
you still got plenty of time. Shit.
I'm 30 now, so
I was about to say, yeah.
6 years. I ain't cut weight no more.
You still got a few years left of athletic prime there.
Oh
You
yeah.
can do it. Get that old 30-man strength.
Yeah, I need to find something that I can get in. But as soon as I move back, I'm gonna be looking for another jiu-jitsu gym to go finish getting my black
Yeah,
belt.
there's a couple spots I'm trying to get belted too. So yeah, man,
Yeah,
Monterey's ready for you.
can't
Just needs a
wait,
little
man.
spark to get a good crew back together, man.
Yeah, and like I said, Kane just moved in. He got his own little setup now, so
Yeah, Kane's a
be
solid training
excited to
partner,
get in
man.
there.
Very good, well knowledge there. So
Oh yeah, I mean he wouldn't be a referee if he didn't
yep,
understand the
that's
game.
some shit I kind of want to try too, man.
Why
I
not?
wouldn't mind doing that at some point.
Why not try to
Do,
dabble in it?
it's a lot of time to dedicate, but maybe when the kids are older or kids are competing or something, it'd be cool to not ref my son's fight. I don't think I could do that, but you know,
That's why they don't want
be
you
in
to
the
ref
game.
your own fighters or your own
Yeah. No.
competitors to take
I
that
didn't see
bias.
that 12-6.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. He did not gouge his eye out right there.
Totally illegal. Totally legal.
It's like, no, I did see that. He did punch his ear off. I'm like, oh, man, did you see that fight?
That is a tooth mark right there. Yes, that is.
Oh man, did you see that fight where that dude split that guy's ear?
Yeah, the fucking cauliflower ear, man. I didn't realize that could happen. I got
I'm like,
mine.
don't get mine. Don't get
Nope.
mine.
Yeah, it's a badge of honor though. I wear that shit with pride. I hope
I
you do
love it.
too.
I'm not trying to have it split. It's
Nah,
my only
no,
concern. I'm like,
I
no,
fought
I
with
didn't
it
even
one
know it was
time.
possible.
Yeah, no, I fought with it one time and it blew up after. It was like, okay, yeah, definitely gotta drain that shit.
Yeah,
It wasn't as painful as everybody said it was going to be, but yeah, that shit was uncomfortable.
no, it just gets really hot, and then all of a sudden you're like, ooh, that feels kind of swollen. Like
Yeah.
that, my ear feels big, and then you go look at it, you're like, oh, it is.
Yeah.
Not like when you go get a shot at the dentist and you're like, yeah, okay, like no,
Yeah.
it's like, oh no, you're messed up. You need to go get that drained as you can. But then again, do you have insurance? Because hopefully you got insurance if you're a fighter, because you're gonna need it. I had to replace like all my teeth, all
I had
my joints, and
a vet tech. A vet tech was the one who drained my ear.
nice.
Yeah, went in the back of Kukhtar. It was like, well, I brought these syringes. These should work. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Don't quote me on it.
Right? Yeah, totally sanitary. That never happened in the back of Kukhtar. Natalie, thank you. Appreciate it.
I think I went to Kuthar one time. Got to train a little bit there. That was nice. They had a nice setup there.
Yeah, it's a great gym. Master V knows what he's doing.
Yep. His son.
Definitely appreciate my time there.
I think I grappled with his son that day. The older one. Oh, I mean, I guess he was like high school whenever I was just out of high school, so younger than us. I want to say it was almost like Nick or something. But that was over a decade ago. Many fights and many beers in between.
Oh yeah. Cheers to this. Been a day.
Oh yeah. But hey, that's awesome, man. Oh, I'm glad everything's working out for you. You're starting this new path, new journey, raising a new child. Hey, man, that's awesome. Sometimes,
just
you
trying
don't
to stay
see
positive,
it at
man.
the time, but whenever you were 18, did you know exactly what you wanted in life, or
Dog, I didn't know what I wanted in life when I was 30.
Exactly. I still don't. I'm
Yeah,
still just
exactly, man. I
taking it a
barely
day
started
at a
calling
time.
myself an actual man,
Yeah, right. Like, quit trying to say I'm a
Legally 18,
grown
but
child.
yeah, shit. I'm about to throw. We're about to throw my best friend a fucking a surprise birthday party, doing like a WrestleMania style. Got the fucking WrestleMania or the wrestler costumes and stuff. About to put the mats down the back. Old school Ocean.
That's gonna be dope.
Never grow up. Oh fuck yeah, man. Never grow up. This should be a good time.
I think with my arms, I could probably pass as Randy Orton, just a lot
Yeah.
shorter.
I'm going as Dude Love and Mankind. Gonna do like the little switch. Let them
Nice.
eliminate me first real quick and go switch the costume. Come back out round 2.
Heck yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, shoot, you still like to keep up on it, man. I do little updates on what's going on with wrestling, so you
Mm-hmm.
have to check those out. But
Yeah, dude, it's been forever.
it's funner whenever you just get it here summed up. I ain't got 3 hours to sit there and watch you.
Oh yeah.
Like no, I do because I'm just doing homework at the same time anyway. So throw it on, nothing else on. There's no game I care about. But
Shit, I'm trying to stay awake on the couch, man.
Yep. But hey, I was gonna say, think about ready to hit you for the random fact of the day. We could wrap this thing up.
No worries.
How about random fact? So since you got kids, I'll do the toy one. Did you know that Lego is the most powerful brand?
Most powerful.
Yep. Just think about this. There are more mini action figures, mini figurines that are Lego than there are people on the planet.
Is that for real?
That's for real.
What about G.I. Joes?
I don't know if are they Lego?
Nah, it gotta be like a close second.
Then they are coldly outnumbered. I mean, like most of them got melted. They're on IR.
Yeah.
Because I think we all did that as kids. Like just
most definitely.
Mutilate our little army men.
Rip off the legs, the hands.
Oh man, if you have a sister, like I did, they don't like it when you mess with their Barbies. Don't mess
nothing
with their
but
Barbies.
cousins and brothers, man.
Well, that's probably good.
Oh yeah.
Sisters are scary growing up. I tell you. It's like you,
man.
but different. It's like you gotta be fragile, but not. You got such a fine line. You gotta learn how to walk, but everyone should understand how to treat people. That's just common sense.
Oh yeah.
But all right, Justin, it was awesome talking to you. Soon I'll be back in your arms.
Yeah, exactly, man. Hopefully, hopefully you get to punch me in the face. That's how you know it's real love.
Hey, and then we got a referee to break it up, So.
Exactly. we got it covered, man. Well, hey,
awesome,
man, safe travels, man. When you come back, say what up to the fam. Appreciate having me on, man. Happy to help you out. It's good to hear from you.
Awesome. Oh, definitely, man. So, yeah, I'll be in touch with you next time I come up. We'll have to get together.
Sounds good, brother. You take it easy.
All right, man. Have yourself a good night.
You too, brother. All right.